Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Ashfaq-ur-Rahman. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 2nd of May. Mutilation of its soldiers, a dastardly act, India tells Pakistan. Filing of nominations for first phase of local polls commences in Nepal. And now for all the details. A day after Pakistan mutilated 2 Indian soldiers, India's paramilitary force on Tuesday revealed that Pakistan's border action team comprises of Mujahideen terrorists as well. India has strongly condemned the attack and said it would revise standard operating procedure to minimize such incidents.
Indian Paramilitary Border Security Force or BSF's Additional Director General Western Command on Tuesday said the Pakistan Army provided cover with firing to the Border Action Team or BAT personnel to attack and kill Indian soldiers. On Monday, 2 Indian defence personnel were killed as Pakistan violated ceasefire by opening fire on BSF posts in Jammu and Kashmir's Krishna Ghati sector. Their bodies were later mutilated by the Pakistan Army, who refuted the claim.
इसमें ऐसा है कि कृष्णा घाटी में आर्मी और बीएसएफ की जॉइंट टीम वहाँ पर डिप्लॉयड है फॉर बाउंड्री प्रोटेक्शन और वहाँ पे कल जब ये 1-9 की नफरी रेगुलर लाइन मेंटेनेंस के लिए जा रही थी तो उस समय उनके 2 एफडीएल अपोजिट साइड से पाकिस्तान की तरफ से और 2 एम्बुश जो उन्होंने लगा रखे थे, चारों ने साइमल्टेनियस फायर शुरू किया और जो बाकी हमारे जवान थे वो उसमें इंगेज थे और इसी फायरिंग के बीच में जो बैट एक्शन होता है, बैट एक्शन का मतलब है कि जो टिपिकली इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ द रेगुलर आर्मी एंड मुजाहिदीन्स और दे ट्रेन मिलिटेंट्स, तो उन दोनों ने इस फायर पावर का जो उनकी तरफ से आ रहे थे 2 एफडीएल और 2 एम्बुश के, उसका फ़ायदा उठाते हुए उन्होंने 2 जवानों को म्यूटिलेट किया, उनकी बॉडी को.
Pakistan's brutal act has evoked strong reaction from India. Indian Director General of Military Operations on Tuesday contacted his Pakistan counterpart over the hotline and expressed grave concerns over the mutilation incident. Defence experts also vouched for a befitting reply to Pakistan.
Pakistan has been indulging in such activity time and again. The first time they did so was during Kargil conflict, and thereafter this is the 3rd or the 4th time they've done mutilation of our dead bodies. They continue to do this because the punishment meted out to them was not commensurate with the offence of theirs.
Meanwhile, the army and the BSF bid farewell to the 2 soldiers who were mutilated by Pakistani forces. The bodies of both the soldiers were taken to their respective hometowns for last rites. Family members of the soldiers called on the government to assure justice.
Staying on news from India, 2 militants barged into a bank in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province and looted over $1,000 on Tuesday. This comes after 5 policemen and 2 bank officials were killed by militants while looting a cash van of a bank in the same area on Monday.
Unknown gunmen on Tuesday looted over $1,000 from a bank in Kadar village of Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam district. 2 masked gunmen barged inside the bank and looted money. This comes a day after militants opened fire at a cash delivery van of a bank in the district, killing 5 police constables and 2 bank officials. The terrorists attacked the van when it was returning after dispensing cash to a local bank branches. Earlier on April 28, security forces had foiled a bid by 2 militants to loot a bank of Jammu and Kashmir Bank of the province. Security experts say to ensure proper supply of funds, militants have been intermittently attacking cash vans or banks in Indian Kashmir. Since the government suddenly scrapped high-value banknotes and replaced with new currency bills in November last year.
Moving on to news from Bangladesh. Bangladesh police claimed to have arrested a top IT expert of banned militant outfit Ansarullah Bangla team in Patara area of capital Dhaka. According to media reports, Mohammad Ashfaq-ur-Rahman Ayon, alias Arif, the chief of the information technology section of the group, was arrested on Monday. The arrest was made by members of Counter-Terrorism and Transnational Crime Unit of Dhaka Metropolitan Police. Officials claimed he used to gather information on the targeted bloggers and secular writers of the country who have been killed by hacking into their social media accounts. The police also revealed Ashfaq worked under the close supervision of fugitive and fired army official Major Zia. In news from Nepal, political parties in Nepal on Tuesday began filing nominations for their candidates for the first phase of the local level elections scheduled for May 14th. The second phase of elections is scheduled to be held on June 14th.
Nomination process for the Nepal's upcoming local polls scheduled for May 14 began on Tuesday. Nepal's main opposition, Communist Party of Nepal Unified Marxist-Leninist or CPN-UML, picked Bidya Sundar Shakya as the candidate for mayor. While Nepali Congress picked Raju Raj Joshi as the candidate for Kathmandu mayor post, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal's Communist Party of Nepal Maoist Centre selected Sarbotam Dangol as party's mayor candidate. Naya Shakti Party Nepal and Sanghya Samajwadi Forum Nepal have registered joint candidates for the post of mayor and deputy mayor to contest the local level elections. Nominations to contest for deputy mayor, chairman of various wards in Kathmandu were also filed by the parties. With the nomination of candidates by parties, the country will enter into the phase of holding local elections for the first time in 20 years.
Staying on news from Nepal, a Taiwanese hiker who was rescued 47 days after he went missing along with his girlfriend in the foothills of the Himalayas in Nepal returned back home on Tuesday.
Liang Shenghu, who turned 21 last Friday, went missing with his girlfriend Liu Chenchun in early March while they were trekking in remote Ganesh Himal area in northwestern Nepal. Liang was rescued by trekking officials after 47 days on April 26. Meanwhile, the 19-year-old Taiwanese woman had died 3 days ago before they were discovered. Liang, his feet riddled with maggots and his hair infested with lice, was picked up by a rescue helicopter on April 26. The body of Liu, who died last week, was taken to hospital for a post-mortem. He underwent treatment at the Kathmandu hospital where the doctors said he was in good health with no major injuries. The trekkers lost their trail after a snowstorm. They had no local guide or porter. Liang and Liu survived on snow, water and salt he was carrying, but Liu eventually died from starvation. Tens of thousands of foreign hikers who visit Nepal every year are a key source of income in the cash-strapped nation that is home to Mount Everest.
Moving on, Sri Lanka Navy on Monday arrested 5 Indian fishermen and impounded their boat for allegedly fishing illegally in its waters. The Navy also intercepted a boat carrying Rohingya Muslims for trying to enter the country illegally.
5 Indian fishermen were arrested along with their boat by Sri Lankan Navy for allegedly fishing illegally in its waters on Monday. The Sri Lankan Navy confirmed the arrests in a statement on its official website. The fishermen, who hailed from India's southern Pudukkottai district, were handed over to the Mannar Assistant Directorate of Fisheries for onward legal action. The arrests evoked an angry response from the local fishermen, who sought the federal government's intervention in the matter. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan Navy also intercepted a boat carrying 30 Rohingya refugees who had been living in India and 2 suspected Indian traffickers after they tried to enter the country illegally, the police said on Monday. The 30 Rohingyas, including 16 children, had been living in India for 5 years, and the 2 suspected traffickers appeared before the magistrate on Monday and were remanded until Tuesday. They were planning to reach Australia, which lies more than 4,200 miles from Sri Lanka. Tens of thousands Muslim Rohingya have fled mostly Buddhist Myanmar since 2012. Refugees, residents and human rights groups say Myanmar forces have committed summary executions, raped women and burned homes.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Mutilation of its soldiers, a dastardly act, India tells Pakistan. Filing of nominations for first phase of local polls commences in Nepal. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.